Welcome Year 7 to your last lesson on coordinate geometry. Over the last few lessons, we have been practicing plotting points on the Cartesian plane given a set of coordinates, and we've been finding coordinates given a set point. In this lesson, we'll be completing a dot-to-dot style activity, where you will need to plot points in a particular order, drawing a straight line between each point. I will give an example of this in a few moments, but first we're just going to have a refresher on what we have learnt so far.
The Cartesian plane is defined by two perpendicular number lines. That is, they cross at right angles. One is horizontal, left and right, which we know as the x-axis. The other is vertical, up and down. We know this one as the y-axis. The Cartesian plane extends infinitely in all directions, and that is why we put arrows on the x and y axes. Using these axes, we can describe any point on the Cartesian plane using an ordered pair of numbers. Coordinates consist of two numbers separated with a comma within parentheses. The first number is the horizontal coordinate, or the number along the x-axis. The second is the vertical coordinate, or the number up and down the y-axis. If you're struggling to remember what the correct order is, an easy way to remember is x is across, so the x-coordinate always goes across. X is before y in the alphabet, so the x-coordinate is always first.
On the Cartesian planes, all the positions are measured from a central point, which we call the origin. The coordinates of the origin are 0, 0. Now this makes sense, because when we think about it, we haven't gone to the right, to the left, up or down. We've stayed in the central position. So now we have a bit more understanding about coordinates. So we're just going to go through a couple of examples just to make sure that we're all on the same page. So let's consider the coordinate 3, 2. So what this coordinate means is we've gone across 3 and up 2. So this is our point 3, 2. Now, if we consider the coordinate -1, -2, what this one means, if we've gone -1, then down -2, so this here is our coordinate -1, -2. So there are a couple of really important points to consider when we are plotting points. The first thing is we always start from the origin. So when we're plotting a point, we start here and then we work out whether or not we need to go left or right. So if we have an x-coordinate of a positive number, we need to go in the right-hand direction. If we have an x value that is a negative number, we need to go in the left direction. Similarly with the y value, we start at the origin, and if we have a positive number, we go up. If we have a negative number, we go down.
So now we're going to go through an example of how to do a dot to dot. So I'm going to go through the example that is currently displayed on the screen. So we're going to plot the coordinates below, joining each coordinate as we plot them.
So working through our example, our first point that we have to plot is 0, 0. So that's here, that's our origin point. And next point is -1, 1. So we need to go across to -1 and then we need to go up to 1. And then we join the dots. Okay, so now our next point here is 0, 2. So on our x-axis, we don't move left or right because we stay at the origin spot at 0. However, we do move up 2 spots on the y-axis to here. And then we join our points. Now we have the point 2, 2. So on our x, we go across 2, 1, 2, and we go up 2, 1, 2 on our y. So we've been across 2, we've been up 2. Now, For this one, we now go across 2, but we don't move up or down. So we go across 2, but we don't go up or down because our y coordinate is 0. Now we have our 6th coordinate, which is 0, -2. So on our x-axis, we stay at the 0 because we haven't moved left or right, and we go down 2. So go 1, 2. And we join those two up. Okay, so now we're almost done. We've only got 2 more points to plot. So our next point is number 7 here, which is -1, -1. So when we look at our axes, we know that we need to go across -1 and we need to go down -1. And then we join those 2 points up. And then our last point here is 0, 0. So we need to go back to the origin, which was our starting point. Now our picture is complete. So now we've been through the refresher of how to find a point given a set of coordinates. Now I'm going to do a really quick review of how to find coordinates given a set of points for those of you that complete the dot to dot and would like to create your own for one of your friends to try. Okay, so say that we have this point here, point here, a point down here, and a point here. So we want to find the coordinates of these 4 points. So first, let's start with the red one. So we go, okay, so where is it? So we look down here and we can see that we've gone across 2. So our first coordinate is 2. Now we need to know how far we've gone up. So to find that out, we go across to the y-axis and we can see that we're at number 4. So this point here, the coordinates will be 2, 4, because we've gone across 2 and we've gone up 4. Okay, now let's check out the blue one. So here we have our point. Now, if we look at our x-axis, we've gone across -4, and we've gone up 2. So our coordinate for this one here will be -4 across, 2 up. Alright, now let's try this black one down here. Okay, so for this point here, we have gone across 3, and we have gone down -6. So our coordinate for this point down here is 3 across, down to -6. So our point here is 3, -6. Now for our final point over here, we've gone across to -3, and we've gone down to -2. So our green point here is -3, -2. So I'm hoping that you found that video to be helpful and gave you a bit of a refresher on the things that we've covered during coordinate geometry. If you have any questions or concerns, or you'd just like to go through something with a bit more detail, please come and see me so I can help you out. So now you know what you've got to do today. I hope you enjoyed the activity,